Hey guys, Reverend Ellie here, and today we're going to do What If Deku Was Bakugo's Brother, Part 1. And this is going to be my very first meal with it because all my wives are mostly female Deku, so I think I should switch it up a notch. So let's get started. When Mitsuki and Masuro found out that Mitsuki was pregnant and they had twins, they were really happy. Now let's skip 9 months when they were born. When they were born, Katsuki was first. Okay, so let's make him 5 minutes older than Deku because they want Deku to kind of make some points here. For example, in UA, when Bakugo says anger issues, just say he's gonna ask why is the oldest acting like the youngest while the youngest is acting like the oldest. Okay, so yeah. And then when Bakugo first came out, he looked like a gender bend of Mitsuki. So they named him Katsuki. While when Deku was born, he took after Masuro. So they called him Zero. Or, Zero. So yeah. Should it be Zoro, or Zuro? I'm just gonna make it Zoro. Zoro or Zoro. Meh. Whatever. Let's make it both. Zoro or Zoro, they're both the same, okay? Name him Zoro. Okay? Zoro. So when growing up, they are pretty distant from each other. Their relationship is I don't talk to you, you don't talk to me, okay? They really had not that much in common. I mean, seriously, they are complete opposites. Zero is cool, calm, collective, while Katsuki is aggressive, prideful, and has anger issues. And yeah. So, yeah. Katsuki really likes is pretty loud, while Zero isn't. So yeah. Which made Mitsuki actually has to take care of Bakugo all the time because he's pretty noisy, obnoxious, and yeah. While Zero is pretty good. He's quiet. He doesn't give. And once Mitsuki tells him to do something, he will do it fast and quick, and will do the right thing, because his mentality is that he has to do the thing right. It's better to do the thing right the first time than doing it wrong and do it multiple times. So yeah. So Mitsuki doesn't really have a problem with him, okay? He also has pretty good manners. So, also, Zero also really likes reading books and wearing hoodies. And to be honest, he kind of looks like a gender bend of my profile pic, to be honest. And to be honest, I actually made it, see? So yeah, it's actually a gender bend of my picture, and I edited the eyes to look good. So yeah. So when they go to the quirk doctor, the quirk doctor said that congratulations, your sons have both really powerful quirks. Katsuki over here has a really powerful fusion of both your quirks, which was explosion. He can sweat nitroglycerin, and then use acid to light it up. That makes the explosions. While Zero here has a fire manipulation quirk. He also has 2 other sub-elements, which is lightning and combustion. With combustion, he can also do explosions. He can also control the fire out of other people. For example, he can control Endeavor's fire, he can control Katsuki's fire and the explosions, and he can send them back. So yeah. And yeah, ever since that day, Zoro began training and reading and studying more because he wanted to be a hero. Obviously, All Might wasn't his idol, but Eraserhead was. Because he saw that All Might has no technique. He just punches through everything. So that's so when so yeah. When they both got back from school, everyone was asking what Katsuki's quirk was, because didn't know that they still didn't don't know that Katsuki and Zuro were brothers, okay? So Katsuki said that his quirk is explosion. And he shows it off, and the teacher said that that's gonna be a really powerful quirk. And then Zuro walks past Katsuki, and one kid asks what's Zuro's quirk. And he says his farm that and then Katsuki interrupts him in saying that his quirk is basically just fire manipulation. He also has some sub elements like lightning and combustion. He can also make explosions. So yeah. And they're asking, how do you know? And he's like, he's my brother. And they're pretty shocked because they're both brothers, except for the teachers, because one, they have the same last name. Two, the people in their class are stupid. So, and then the bullies or the lackeys say, oh, so no wonder you don't pick on Zuro because he's your brother. And Katsuki said, yep. So now let's go to over the years, Katsuki is being more obnoxious and overconfident, while Zuro gets stronger over time because he trains, and one day, when he was 7, he unlocked Blue Flames, which was pretty hot. He also had been practicing his explosions, and he also been practicing lightning, which has been going good because since he does train. So, yeah. He can also use the fire as a healing source, okay? So, yeah. Now let's go to middle school. Bakugo doesn't really want to fight with Zuro because in his head he thinks that he's the strongest and Zuro's just a weakling. But boy, he was wrong. The difference about Zuro's and Katsuki's explosion is that Zuro can actually use it everywhere. He can use it on his feet too. So yeah. Zuro, when the teacher came in and said that okay class, you're gonna fill some papers to see what you're gonna do in the future. And then the teacher said, I don't care, you all want to be heroes. And everyone started cheering, and yeah. And yeah, in middle school, Zuro was actually the cool kid and the pretty boy of the school because why not? Because he's more popular than Bakugo because it's basically gonna be Itachi and Sasuke. Zuro is always better than Bakugo in everything, but Bakugo doesn't see it that way, so yeah. He thinks he's too better than him, okay? Zuro is named the strongest person in the school. He also has the nickname as the cool kid because he doesn't really have a temper like Katsuki. It's almost impossible to make him snap. Almost impossible because one day I'm gonna make him snap. So in school, teacher said, oh, we have 2 students that are trying to go to UA. Zero and Katsuki Bakugo. Katsuki Bakugo was pretty mad and said, Katsuki said his same speech saying, "Don't lump me in with these bunch of losers. They'll be. Okay, wait. Don't lump. Hey, teach. Don't lump me in with these blunt of losers. They'll be lucky to work for some D-lister." I think that's what he said. I don't really pay no mind to Bakugo. So yeah. When the classmate said, "Oh yeah? Well, Zuro's actually better. Zuro is actually better. He has a better attitude than you. He has better grades than you. He's stronger than you. He looks better." And Katsuki gone off and did his explosions, and Zuro protected his classmates by canceling Katsuki's explosions, by canceling the flame in the explosions. And Katsuki said, "Zuro, what the heck, man?" And Zuro said, you're not allowed to hurt any students in school, remember? If you do, mom is gonna be really angry, you know. Katsuki said, "Ugh, fine." So, oh crud. Okay. So now let's go to the 10 months of training. I'm sorry guys for the notification, and yeah, and sorry for the cut. So in the 10 months of training, Katsuki just go to the gym and didn't really pay no mind because to Zuro because he still thinks he's the strongest because he's still an obnoxious Pomeranian. Zuro is actually pretty good. He actually unlocked black flames now when he was 12, and now he unlocked white flames, which is the hottest thing. And then after blue flames he unlocked purple flames, and then after purple flames he unlocked black flames. After black flames he got white flames, which is the hottest as in hottest fireball. So the combination, so first is orange, blue, purple, black, then white. That's the flames. From weakest to strongest. So yeah. Zuro is actually fireproof too, so yeah. He asked for fireproof clothes, and to be honest, he also has a little job to earn some pocket money, which was the coffee shop. A coffee shop, okay? Okay, so yeah. So yeah, he works in a coffee shop. So this is what he looks like, and he works in a coffee shop as the cashier. So yeah, he also cleaned Dagobah Beach, which Omar was about to do to me. No, I forgot something. So when the Sludge Villain attack happened, let's say the Sludge Villain attack happens a little later in the 3rd month of training. Deku was walking around, and then the Sludge Villain attacked him, and then he did white flame, let's say, or blue flames. I mean orange flames that are almost going to go to blue flames. And then he turned on to blue flames, and he burned the Sludge Villain, and yeah, he also unlocked his lightning and combustion. So yeah, I'm making this guy OP. So when All Might came in, he said this official line saying, "I am here and Deku doesn't really get excited or fanboy yet because he respects All Might for his power, but he doesn't respect him for his technique. So yeah, when All Might came, he asked, where's the sludge villain? He said that he burned him to a crisp, and then he helped All Might with picking it up, and All Might asked what was his name and quirk. Because, yeah. He said that his name was Zuro Bakugo, and his quirk is fire manipulation. He can also control the temperature, okay? He can make his flames as hot as he can or as a low temperature, and he can also make objects out of his flames, okay? So he explains everything about the hottest flames, and he also said that he can also conjure up lightning because technically lightning is also a flame. It's just hot fire. It's just fast fire. He can also control combustion, which actually helps him make explosions out of his hands. And All Might was pretty shocked, and he said, "Wow, that's actually a really impressive quirk, my man. Now, well, I gotta go." And he doesn't ask for an autograph, but All Might already signed it, and he decided to give it to Katsuki, since he was more of an Eraserhead fan. So when he was about to go, All Might dropped the ball because he was reckless and has no technique, as they say. And then when Katsuki showed up, he kicked the sludge villain because he was getting groceries, and he got snap. So yeah, oofers. And then when it was there, the pro heroes couldn't do anything, and also Zoro can also manipulate lightning. That means he can be really fast. I'm giving him some Killua stuff. I'm giving him some Killua lightning. I'm giving him Godspeed, and yeah. So his power is just basically he can control fire, lightning, and combustion. Because I want him to be as OP as heck. So yeah. Zoro speeds over there and sees his brother Bakugo struggling, and he sees the bro heroes aren't doing anything because their quirks weren't right, and then he jumped over it. Jump out the fence. The bro hero said, "Hey kid, don't come out there." And then he said, "I'm not gonna leave my brother to die." And he made a flame. He made a rope out of flames, but don't worry, it's not that hot. It's just warm. And then he took Bakugo and slid him out. And then he burned the sludge villain, and yeah, that's it. And he also electrocutes him a bit. And the bro said, "Wow, 2 quirks?" And then he explodes him because he's kind of pissed. And those heroes were like 3 quirks. So yeah. The media came over and said what was his quirk. Let's say the media wasn't really there yet, so he ran and went back to, to the house, and yeah. Katsuki catches up to him. He was panting because Zoro is really fast, and he said, I didn't need your help." And Zoro said, "Well, you did, and I have a present for you." Katsuki was surprised and went over. Zoro gave him his notebook, and Katsuki saw the All Might autograph, and Katsuki asked if this for real. And Zoro said, yeah, I met All Might because he attacked the sludge villain too, okay? I was attacked by the sludge villain too. I took care of it. All Might came in because he was chasing that villain, and he basically explains everything. And yeah. So Katsuki was happy and thanked his brother for the first time in forever. Please don't copyright me. For the first time in forever. Yeah, I am doing the sheet of papers Disney song. Oh wait, forgot. Disney, please don't copyright me for this. So, yeah. All Might came in and said, young Zoro, you have saved your brother while the pro heroes couldn't. I deemed you worthy of my quirk. Zoro's like, really? But I thought quirks wasn't really supposed to pass on. I read about everything about quirks. I was like, oh, but this one's special. He basically tells him the story of One for All and All for One and his injury, and Zoro's pretty surprised, and he said, I could probably heal that. I was like, wait, what? And Zoro said, basically, yeah, I can regenerate stuff. I can make some things that can help you regenerate. And All Might said, please do. And then he heals Zoro and he asks Zoro to lift up his shirt. And Zoro's like, wait, what? And All Might said, see how much muscle you gain. And then he raises his shirt and All Might sees that Zoro's pretty ripped. He said, wow, well, I guess you have enough to deal with my quirk. And he asked why, and he said, well, because if your body wasn't even strong enough to handle it, you'll probably explode your insides out. And he was like, wait, what? And then All Might said, yeah, so, and, oh yeah, I forgot about it. And then All Might shrinks down to Small Might and pukes, and he, wait, no, wait, he doesn't shrink down to Small Might because he's healed now by Zoro. And yeah, he cleaned the beach in a matter of 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. So it's now 7 months in the 10 months of training. Well, I was impressed, and then they decided to do some sparring. So yeah. And Zoro actually is a good ride, and along those 10 months, Zoro actually picked up a new hobby, which was writing, because since he loved books so much, he decided to write one, and he began to sell it. And surprisingly, his books went viral. I mean, his book went over the top. He was actually a famous writer now. I don't want to name the book, so... And this was the picture in the book, okay? In the back of the book saying written by Zoro Bakugo. And the picture's there. So he's pretty famous. Once reporters saw him roaming around the streets. They were trying to catch, and that's due after a month. So it's the 9th month of training. So he was running around the city because All Might is doing his hero work, and then the news caught him because he was walking past Kimono Woods and Mountain Lady after they defeated a villain. And they were like, oh my gosh, isn't that the famous writer, Zoro Bakugo? Also, his parents are pretty proud of him because he actually earned a lot of money thanks to that. because ever since then he quit his job and began to be a full-time writer. He writes books, and so far he wrote a productive 6 books in the month, which actually went famous. Actually, he was a famous writer now. So and then they started interviewing Zoro or Zoro, I don't care. So what should his name be, Zoro or Zuru? I mean Zoro or Zoro or Zuro? Or I'm just gonna refer him as both. That's gonna be both of his pronunciations of his name. There's gonna be 2 pronunciations of his name, and I can't really say one. Zoro or Zuro? Zoro or Zuro? Zoro or Zuro? So yeah. Now let's go. Now after that, Himamu was saying, "What is this kid doing? He's stealing my spotlight." He's asking one of the reporters who is he, and the reporter said, "That's the famous writer, Zuro Bakugo. He wrote six famous books that went famous. He's now famous all around the world." He's just 16. Now so he went and said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and bye. They're asking him questions, and he answered them all. His family found out, and oh yeah, by the way, his family found out that he was a writer, and they bought a bigger house. Since Zoro being a writer is now one of his jobs, and yeah. One of his famous books. So yeah. One of his famous books is Drift Away. So yeah. And he's pretty charming too. And yeah. They got a new house, and he also made a business for his books. I mean, no. So yeah, he is pretty rich. He's living a good life about being a writer, and one day, don't worry, his life gets better, okay? So yeah. After the month of training, it's time, after a week or so after that, he began to, write more books, study more, and he went more famous and earned more money. He sold a lot of copies. He sold over 1 million copies, okay? So now I'm sorry for not uploading for the few days, and yeah, sorry. So now that's the end of the week, end of the last month of training, and the next episode will be UA. Make sure to stay tuned. Thank you guys for almost 400 subs. I really want to see if we can make it, and this is gonna be my very first meal what if. So thank you so much for your support, guys, and I really hope that I could make it up to you thanks to this what if. And I'm sorry that most of my what ifs don't really have a lot of parts in it, but it's really long. It has a long duration of time, and it has only short parts. I'm sorry for that. So I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, comment. I do suggestions, and this is actually one of the suggestions, but it was actually female Deku, but I decided to make it a male version because I just wanted to switch it up a notch. So, goodbye. See you on the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe. This is Weber Ellie signing off.